quite evident, mate. Well, Bazooka Puppies are on the green. Morning Stars are over on the right-hand side. Right, we are on Sanctuary. I was going to say Sanctum. That was a map. I can't get that map out of my head. I'm not going to lie. That series last time around.
I don't think Winstrat's going to be able to get out of their head for a while either.
I don't think so either. Morning Stars and Bazooka Puppies. It's going to be a very upward hill battle for Puppies. There's still a chance for them to make it into the playoffs, like they were talking about. There's one spot left, Harry. We'll see if they can make this game their one.
But now it does look like both of our teams will be coming out on the regular 3-3 compositions. No variants here, both of which opting for the Zenyatta. No DPS on the field. A lot of people liking to play the Pharah here, however.
No, Dragon Eddie taking control on top of that bongo. We've already said before, the drum even, sorry, it's not actually a bongo. We've said a lot of times before how important it is for Divas to get very aggressive positioning. Dragon Eddie is one of those people, just loves it, soloing the back line more often than not, playing very aggressively as you can see here. Bruce is knocking him off, however, doesn't want to get the high ground taken away from him. Point is going to unlock, but too many bodies on the point right now, and no one going down just yet.
Mazza's taking a huge amount of damage, but we're healed up just as quickly, suffering from that Discord orb though. And here comes the sound barrier engage from Cave.
Wow, first sound barrier coming out. Dreedro nowhere near his. Transcendence coming through from the side of Morning Stars. Dragon Eddie's going to find a kill. Baited in with that trans. There's going to be another Transcendence on the side of Bazooka Puppies as well, and a rally for Morning Stars. So it's going to be a team fight, and the point being capped by Morning Stars. As soon as they can take it from Bazooka Puppies, they did lay down the beat, and Morning Stars actually backed off, enabling the cap. So they will get a little bit of percent for themselves.
But the thing is, the second that Crandop fell there, then it was really just free season for Casper. He could just farm up everyone with that beam, and that's why he's got this premium on the ultimate charge towards the Graviton Surge. Meta is still 20% behind. It's worth noting the Bazooka Puppies roster at the moment. They're not playing Cranks. Instead, they're playing their second off-tank player. That'll be Brucein, because he's a bit of a diva specialist, allowing Meta to flex over to that Zarya, where usually he is their diva player.
Meta is on 90%, but Casper's already got his ult. Crown drop looking towards his 2. Only 4% away. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. See, I just saw some shots come on from the air. It's actually Dreedro managing to get on top of the little pavilion here. However, Crown drop now has the Shadow. The Graviton Surge is going to attach him to the pillar. However, Malzassa is going to enable the kill onto Crown drop. Beautiful pin on the side of the wall. Just means there's going to be another win for Morning Stars. Well, look, Bazooka Puppies, more importantly, in that fight, didn't actually expend any ultimates. They've got 6 coming online now, Harry.
Well, Reddit, here's one for your Malzassa appreciation thread. He has now lapped Crandop in terms of Earth Shatters. Crandop's still got his first. Malzassa sitting on the second. And next round, putting Cave in the grave. Ouch. Just going to make sure that it's going to be a while before Bazooka Puppies can once again recontest. Morning Stars, 53% of the way to the cap here. They've got about 2 attacks to withstand before they have a full completion, but Bazooka Puppies, look at that, the whole 6 stack of ultimates ready to go.
Orbs almost actually killed Xrath. He was down to about sub 20 HP.
Taste of his own medicine.
Oh yeah, that's what I was exactly thinking. I was like, damn, you got to be careful, man. He knows that right-click spot for you now. Self-destruct in the air. There's the beat. Self-destruct not quite getting it, but he put Bazooka Puppy someone in. Brucein finds 2 after the Graviton Surge brought all of Morning Stars together. He also finds the mech of Dragon Eddie, and Xrath done on the point to buy some extra time. 82% now for Morning Stars. Oh, well, hang on a second here. Someone's actually still on the point. Dragon Eddie eventually found by Cave as they do flip over. Almost 90, in fact.
Yeah, one fight will do it for Morning Stars, but Bazooka Puppies are potentially over-investing. I'm not sure if they needed that sound barrier there from Cave. They did invest 4 ultimates in that fight, where I feel the Graviton and Self-Destruct combo probably would have been enough to win that one out, potentially with a rally to give Cave, Meta, and Saab for extra armor. But now Malzassa has control of this.
Good shadow, but the only person in the front line was Leaf. He ends up going down, but Track is going to find the kill. Track is going to get killed by him somehow. Malzassa now charges it into the point and can lay down the shadow at whim. Mete ends up going down, and Casper throws out the grab. Didn't quite land the mark just yet, however. Morning Stars still making their way onto the point, controlling all of this space. They're going to be able to get the flip with 90% now. Bazooka Puppies are going to have a fast rollout with Cave, who did die first, remember, so he will be able to get back to the point fairly quickly.
And that flip is so important. It does mean that Bazooka Puppies have to get back to a point. They've only got 4 seconds to do it in, but who's going to be able to make this commute? Cave looks like he's going to be giving it a try, but taken out before he can get there.
The whip shot from Leaf sends him packing all the way back to
Whipping
spawn.
harder than Sam trying to manage a team. You will not get up from your chairs. You're going to sit and grind.
Sit and grind and eat your Special K sandwich.
Exactly. Which is delivered to him on a platter, of course.
The silver little thing on top.
Just like Monty in that Ateo video.
Oh, yeah.
Was it with Raucus?
I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember.
I think it was with Raucus. I'm not sure. Can't remember.
Still regards. Those yeah, those little videos are pretty funny.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. They were like a month ago. Come on, Harry.
Still the
Keep
days.
up the times, mate. Keep up with the times. Bazooka Puppy. I've got a lot of time left, Harry. They can jump into the next round. They're already a map down. Morning Stars and Bazooka. You can't imagine they're going to run out with anything different. Although I say that, Bazooka Puppiez actually running with Bruceson on the main. So, okay, they're going Windstrike.
Channeling their inner Windstrike, and Brewston's going to be channeling his inner Kenzie. The question is here, what will the potential plays be from the May? For now, Malzahar will need to be isolated. That doesn't look like an overly effective wall to me.
Odd angle of a wall. Everybody was able to get around either side. Dragon Eddie did get frozen up, and in fact, the main tank fell pretty low too. Crandrop actually finds the kill onto Leaf with a parting gift with a Fire Strike as he ended up falling down. Cave is going to fall as well, so it's actually a 4v5 situation right now as Bruceson ends up falling as well. Exaraf finds the kill on him, that wall not doing all of anything. In fact, everybody from Morningstar just moving around it says that this is just extra terrain for us to traverse. Like, what are you trying to block off it?
Yeah, Leaf was able to die there because Bruceson had frozen up both Dragon Eddie and Malzahar, so the shield and the potential to eat that with the defense metrics weren't available. Malzahar can't stay in that corridor, doesn't want to get blocked off. Same here for Casper. Don't take those risks, my buddies, otherwise you're going to get walled off and absolutely crushed by the puppies.
May is so much better on the defense here when you are have got the point in your contest.
Oh, not quite.
Wait, Holt, Malzahar was on the wall and then he shattered. What are you doing? But it doesn't matter, apparently. Okay, Drag ends up going down regardless. Nice wall, though, had to actually elevate Malzahar to make sure that shatter didn't end up going off.
Some mind games, dude.
He was ready for it, man. He was too ready. That was the problem.
You got to CC those walls. It's all about the zoning.
The zoning shatter on top of the wall.
Yeah, man.
I hate your wall.
No. And make sure no one can get on top of that wall.
Straight back to the ground with you.
However, Bazooka Puppiez do have this Graviton Surge ready to go. We've got a premium on Casper here. The question is, how will Morningstars answer it? We've got 3 different support options, and of course, the Shield of Malzahar, which will reliably shield them from any incoming fire.
There's the first. It's going to be the rally. The Transcendence is going to come out to block all that damage coming through on the grab. The Blizzard is also going to come through, but it's not going to do anything. Leaf's only just caught in it, but the beat from Dreedro is going to help them survive. Crandrop now falling, following Sab after the Graviton Surge land on 4 people. Now will be Morning Stars finding yet another fight. 70% now on the board as they find a complete team kill.
Great counter-attack there. Saab tried to save everyone with a Transcendence, but wasn't quite enough. And now Morning Stars are probably about 1 fight jaws away from winning the entirety of Busan. Mecha Base can be theirs. Dragon Eddie is ready to secure it with that self-destruct. Potentially going to be combined with an Earth Shatter here as Bazooka Puppiez move straight onto the point.
Rotation onto the point. The Sound Barrier comes out to block all that damage from the self-destruct, but it was actually absorbed by most of the shields from the Zarya. Malzahar actually falls back here as Dragon Eddie is pretty low. Can't be very aggressive now, but the shield went down for not just a moment, and Malzahar laid down the Shatter. Another Graviton Surge will bring all of Morningstars together. Exarath does not need a Transcendence as 1 person left, and it's the May. Busan doesn't stand a chance. Bazooka Puppies end up falling, and Morningstars will take Busan.
Now they will. Does mean going to be moving 1-0 into our hybrid map. It will be Bazooka Puppies' choice. They have the choice of either Hollywood or Nambali, and of course they can also bring in their substitute. They can bring in Cranks in place of Bruce, and so they're running 2 DPS players in Track and Cranks instead of running the 2 Flex players. But if they want to continue playing 3-3, potentially they want to keep Bruce in.
Would make a lot of sense. However, maybe they're impressed with the May. We're not entirely sure. May, of course, is going to be better on that defense on the Mecha Base. However, if they do want to get that track in, man, he's good on the Widowmaker. Just start clicking heads.
Pretty good on my Widowmaker.
Oh, he's so good. Well, it's now Bazooka Puppies' map to actually choose. So, Morningstars could be at a disadvantage here, because Bazooka Puppies, more often than not, they are going to pick a map that they're more suited to, or they could just go with a complete counter. What do they think Morningstars is weakest on? Yeah,
I feel like going towards what Morningstars is weakest on is a little bit misguided, because they're incredibly flexible with both Casper and Leaf, basically being able to play any DPS hero should it be required. So I think here Bazooka Puppies need to play towards their own strengths.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what they do choose. We're going to jump to a quick break, guys. Don't go anywhere. Hey guys, welcome back. Map number 2, which is the choice of Bazooka Puppiez, is coming up right now against Morningstars. Morningstars already guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. However, if Bazooka Puppiez do manage to take this series, there is a very slim chance they can still make it in on that 4th seed.
So let's talk about Bazooka Puppiez' potential hero pool here amongst potential DPS picks. I don't think going 3-3 against 3-3 here is really their best option considering what we saw on Busan. So got to leverage the hero pools of both Cranks and Track. And if we go to Hollywood, I think of Track Widowmaker.
I think so too. It would make a lot of sense. Put Track, I'm not saying full go the first point, but second point would definitely be the best place for you to be in terms of defense and offense. Put Track in, put him on the Widow, give him the support he needs by playing the Mercy as well, and then you have this superiority in the air, and then you just kind of hope that Morningstars don't pick the same thing. However, we already know that there was some pretty experienced dive DPS on the side of Morningstars. Leaf could even pick up the Doomfist, which is also very good on the defense, utilizing that high ground.
Indeed he can. If we want to see Doomfist versus Doomfist, Crank's also very good at that. But for now, it does look like Bazooka Puppiez will be rolling out on the defense first. And I spot myself in Orisa. Could be shades of HSL here, but is Track going to be playing with us on that Bastion? I hope not. I want to see the Bastion, and when you do have a Bastion, you can get away with having a solo healer if you want, because of course Bastion can heal himself for 75 HPS by pressing that right click and doing the self-repair ability, but it does look like Cave is going to be playing with Sarp here, but I don't agree with the use of a Lucio when you're going to have a mostly stationary composition. Myself, George, I think a Mercy would be far better here.
Mercy or even a Moira or something, you can utilize that orb to get a lot of AoE healing done if your Orisa and the Bastion get
can
jumped
never
on.
Argue with Discord orb.
Yeah, exactly, and permanent healing too, obviously 30 HPS guaranteed every single second. Well, hang on a second here. Morningstars deciding, oh, I think we hear a Bastion, you just waved hello, looks like we're going back to spawn, just changing up.
Yeah, they're going to be figuring out what they want to do here. Might actually be a fake out. Are they going to swap? They are. It's going to send Malzasa over to that Winston. It's going to be very vulnerable because he doesn't have that potential for a full shield. But you can see right now, Bazooka Puppiez don't want to be standing on this forward high ground. They're going to be rotating around instead onto the back area. Casper's going to have a little bit more trouble getting round here. He's invested 2 of those blinks. He's checking to see if Crank's actually hacked any of his health packs, so he knows where he can retreat to should the need arise. Yeah,
this is actually really intelligent too, because you want to make sure you know where Cranks is at all times, because he is probably going to be just trying to defend the Bastion at least. That vulnerable spot is the headshot spot of the Bastion in the back. That beautiful anti-nade actually landing in the top of the cafe. Tracker's going to go down. Casper's going to find the kill. That's another kill though, but Malzasa is going to fall. Main tank now going down for Morningstars. Could lead them into a bit of spot of bother, but Casper just doing so much work on the back line, Harry. He's already got himself a pulse bomb. Oh, that was... Oh, you could have just filled him off with pulse pistols. Why do you need the pulse bomb? Radrog, please.
Oh
my goodness. All right, Morningstars demolish the defense of Bazooka Puppiez. But, like I said, this is their element now.
Okay,
they can go into the set phase.
Let's talk about some cool little micro plays. So we did see actually Crandop rotating around behind Track to ensure that he was actually blocking the headshot spot which was available on that Bastion, which is for large glowing energy core at the back. But also what we saw, Exraf landing with a perfect bardic grenade, denying a huge amount of healing which was available to Bazooka Puppiez, especially to Track through that self-healing ability. Now we've seen Cave move over from that Lucio, which I did say would be better as a Mercy, onto that very hero, giving Track a damage boost. Going to deal 156 damage with any body shots or 390 with any headshots.
Yeah, so no Casper Tracer now, which makes sense why I use the Pulse Bomb. And the big health pack has been hacked on the left-hand side. If you're looking at it from this angle, that means Cranks can retreat to there. It doesn't mean Morningstars can use the pack though, so there's going to be a little bit of a worth for in that instance. Half HP was the monkey when he jumped in, but Zaya Bubble is going to absorb most of that damage. They are still moving the cart, however, Harry, so they're going to get a little bit of room to move here, and Track is going to have a bit more of a tough time just sniping downwards.
Well, it's about to get even tougher. Malzasa here with the Tesla coil. He's been nano boosted. Cave's already down.
He just solo killed, like they couldn't even knock him off. Cranjob wasn't able to do anything. Track at least finds 1 kill for Dragon Eddie with the self-destruct. Going to find another. That will be Malzasa finishing off Track 2. And Morningstars, they're still moving forward. This cart has not stopped going towards these double doors. Exaraf, however, will take his time to return to this particular instance. Not very many movement abilities on that Anno, and Malzasa's ready to lock down this door with a Primal Rage should it be required. EMP comes out. It's only going to find one, and that is the Winston. Can't use the Primal Rage, but it's going to stay alive for the time using that Sound Barrier. However, in the end, Mete, with the help of the Ana and the Sombra, is going to take him out. Drujo with the right-click kill onto Cranks, and now it's just stalling onto the point. There's still 3 minutes and 20 seconds to get it 0.6 meters. I think they're going to do it somehow. Saba, no. Casper, again, with a beautiful bio grenade, just couldn't make anything stick. And a 4-minute 45 time back is what we're looking at now.
And that's some wonderful awareness there from Tridd to save his sandbar until after the EMP had been dropped from Crank's. Question is, will Bazooka Puppiez change it up? Does it like they will? Crandop moving over from the Winston onto the Reinhardt, and Sab, he's going over on to the Zenyatta once again. Crank's actually, he's picked the Bastion. He's channeling his inner track. Okay, there we have it. He was just waiting for track to move over to Vizaya. They're actually resetting a huge amount of their ult economy here, Jaws. Mete is going to be the only one with an ultimate available with that self-destruct. Casper's ready to answer any incoming aggression with this Graviton Surge.
Primal Rage from Malzassa, just denying a lot of healing and a lot of space there. Zenyatta can do anything apart from hit the Primal Rage, and Winston gains a bit of ult charge, but the rest of his teams are going to go down. Cave and Crandrop end up falling. Malzassa with the perfect positioning. And with that, like you mentioned, there's no ultimate economy for Bazooka Puppiez, and look what Morningstars have. They've got the Gigantic combo.
Due to the isolation that was given there by Malzassa, making sure no one could reach out to heal Crandop, himself and Track achieved basically nothing in that fight, and now the Graviton is still here, can still cleave into it on the side of Malzassa as well.
Exaraf's going to heal up and earn himself a nano boost in a couple of seconds. Self-destruct comes out with a grab in return. Mete finds two. With the vanilla self-destruct, there's going to be a Dragon Ace throwing his one as well. Crandrop and Track end up going down. 2 for 2 trade, make that to 2 for 3. There will be Morningstar still with a man advantage on the point for now, but Dragon Eddie gets teammate in the end. Too many supports left for Bazooka Puppiez, so they're able to heal up and clean up.
Tridd on a sliver of health will get the Harmony Orb and escape with his life. And there, Mete just being the Team Germany hero we know and love, but he chased a little bit too far there, Mete. I don't know if that's a play, my buddy, and now 5v6 in favor of Morningstar.
I don't think it is. They're going to jump onto Cranks, who activated the rally, stopping that armor going off. For Transcendence to keep them alive around this RV. It's still there, and they can still use that time to give a little bit more space. The Shadow will hit the floor, but so will the beat. Morningstar's now with 6 members just pushing forward. A beat coming through from Bazooka Puppiez to keep them in the fight. Mete has the self-destruct, launches it in the air, and Track already kills Malzassa. No vanilla self-destruct kills just yet, but the main tank of Morningstar's going down, means they're going to retreat. Now Track has finally got that Graviton Surge online, but Casper is not too far behind.
I saw a great little synergy there from Cranks and Crandop. When we saw Crandop drop that initial Earth Shatter, Cranks actually moved in front of him with his shield up, so that there was no possibility for a counter shatter, a counter charge, or a counter stun from Leaf, because it would have been body blocked by Cranks, who could also stun in turn with his shield bash to allow that mutual stun to come through. Now you can see Crandop doesn't want to take a huge amount of damage on his shield. He's making sure that Malzassa's going to have less shield health from moving through this choke before the engagement occurs.
They're playing it a little bit more safe because they want those tank ults online. Casper is only 10% away. You can see they're holding at the door. They're not instantly charging forward with the speed boost. Malzassa has got the shatter, but we are looking at a shatter on shatter potential here for Bazooka Puppiez. They do have 95% on theirs. There's the Transcendence as well to keep them inside the Graviton Surge and alive and healthy. Crandrop falling fairly low. Graviton Surge used yet again. There's the Gigantic combo coming through. That Transcendence is not going to be too helpful, sorry. Can't find the word for some reason, and looks like Morningstar's going to be able to find the kills, and he's saving me there. Now Malzassa is going to go down, so 2 main tanks now down on the entire map. Crandrop is going to be able to get back to the point rather quickly. Mete's mech is going to fall, and Casper's still in the front line, but look at Track, already 75% away to another ult. A sound barrier will eventually force Morningstars out of combat. 1 minute now remains. 4 minutes have already been burned, Harry. The shadow from Malzassa to lead them back in the fights, but look, Malzassa's already so low, but Casper taking the game into his own hands, sends out another Graviton Surge. Everybody's caught up in the center. Mete lays down the self-destruct, but to little of no avail. They don't get any kills, and a team kill in the end for Morningstars. They do end up completing 2nd and 3rd.
Malzassa there and Crandop on the respawns, returning very impactful. It was a great boop coming through from Tridd on the side of Morningstars to boop Crandop as he was trying to shatter into the Graviton, because he had such a shallow, or rather such a angular attempt at shattering into the Graviton. He actually straight up missed everybody because he was moved so profoundly by that boop coming in, and that saved so much on the side of Morningstar to allow them to continue brawling out in that scenario. And so much was invested in trying to take down Malzassa. The Casper was just able to freely farm with his tracking, with his particle beam, and do a huge amount of damage to get that 2nd Graviton Surge, which was also effective towards the end, as we saw.
There's an OT. Well, it wasn't quite OT as they do have a minute remaining, but those last-ditch attempts, especially when the defenses on the defenses just keep trickling out. With Cran Drop and Malzasa going down first, I thought it was pretty much it for Morning Stars, but they just kept on going. They know Casper had that grab coming up soon.
But about a minute left, a minute and 1 second to be precise. That's a very important second right there, Jaws. It means if Bazooka Puppiez finish this map in overtime, they will not get a cursory minute for a second attack. They will actually forfeit the attempt to attack again to Morning Stars, who have, of course, used the remainder of their time bank. But first, Bazooka Puppiez will have to complete the map to make that the case. Morning Stars channeling their inner ninjas. Going to be sneaking around here.
Yeah, they do have that Moira as well, so they're actually expecting Bazooka Puppiez not to run out the gate with a Ghost composition of their own. Normally you wouldn't run the Moira, you'd run the Zen for the extra damage and healing on the Reinhardts. Oh, we'll have to wait and see.
Leaf has potential here to use that 3D peek so we can see exactly what's coming out from Bazooka Puppiez already. They see Crandop has used his Leaf. He could be a primary target here if he doesn't get that back before engagement. And now, ready to engage. There's Malzasa, there's the speed boost.
Oh, Cranks is actually going to be the one that's taking all that damage. They were like, Crandop, nah, you're alright, mate. Only 250 health on this Brigitte, so might as well kill her first, and that's exactly what they do.
It was actually incredibly close. He almost got taken up by a fire strike, but Mete managed to eat that on the Diva. And now Bazooka Puppiez, realizing the composition which Morning Stars are proffering here with the Moira, they think, okay, we can actually take a 3-3 here, and it may well be in our favor because Malzasa is going to be in so much more danger compared to Crandop here because of the Discord Orb.
Well, Xras just needs to build up that coalescence rather quickly. He's already at 50% and he's going to be ticking up. You can just see on your screen, already up to 75 as soon as I said 50. Casper takes out Cranks yet again, maybe a little bit too aggressive. Can't be too aggressive against Malzasa. He is going to punish you for it. And look at that charge. Look at them just walking to their spawn. It's like, here you go. The red carpet's this way, my friends. Look, straight back to where you belong.
And Crandop there was such low health, but everyone just walked past him because they knew he was forced to keep his shield up, and they began farming the players behind him. Mete and Track both being the victims of that. Look at Casper with this ultimate charge, already almost 80% of the way towards that Graviton Surge. Just trying to throw out these mortars. He's got plenty of energy to do it with. Those do a surprising amount of damage, Jaws. I think about 90 to 100 each when you have that much health.
Leaf is actually hiding on the corner here, trying to get a bash, and then a shatter coming through from Malzasa. Didn't quite find it, got snuffed out fairly early. The shatter still hits the floor, and it hits multiple members of Bazooka Puppiez. But still, a coalescence is almost forcing Morning Stars back, it seems. They're going to unlock it fairly early. Malzasa goes extremely low as Crandop just trying to finish him off, but the beat is going to save the rest of Bazooka Puppiez from going down after that self-destruct was thrown in. Casper also threw his Graviton Surge in as well. Another beat comes down, this time on the side of Morning Stars. A denial from the grab as well as Morning Stars are able to eat it all up. Casper as well cleaning up the rest of the kills. Bazooka Puppiez only have 2 minutes to work with now. Half their time back has been elapsed.
Throwing in that mortar and of course that damage orb as well. You can see Morning Stars here not giving away any space for free. Malzasa will retreat of course with that charge. He does have all of that mobility at his disposal should he wish to retreat, and that's exactly what he did. And he's going to allow his shield to regain some health so he's fresh and ready for this next engagement. Xraf can force everyone forward here with a coalescence, take a far more aggressive fight potentially.
Potentially so. Just wait for that bash shadow. There's the early coalescence again, along with that speed boost right on top of Cran Drop. They're actually forced to use the Transcendence. A nice shadow. A better palm as Mete throws his self-destruct in, finds 2 kills. Abby Leaf going down as well. Only a couple of members from Morning Stars left to be cleaned up. And Bazooka Puppiez are going to claim the first point.
It will indeed. Did take their time, however. 2 minutes and 50 seconds elapsed thus far. They are going to get 2 minutes and 30 seconds back, or if they're capping this point to keep that payload moving through second. Question is, are Morning Stars going to swap up at all on this second point? We have seen things from them here like a Farah from Leaf, but for now it doesn't look like they're not going to be abandoning any of their ult economy, with the exception of Xerath, who used his coalescence in the last fight, so we didn't have a huge amount of charge anyway. Moving over onto that Zenyatta, this is going to mean that Crandop is in a lot more trouble, going to be constantly afflicted with those Discord orbs, so it's going to be the primary target for speed boosting Morning Stars.
As always with Ghost, they're going to hold at the door, and Casper throws in the grab. It's going to get eaten, but Bazooka Puppiez got to grab their own, and Cran Drop's got a hammer of his own as well. He ends up finding 3 kills, earns himself a shatter.
That's a lot of eaten grabs over the last few minutes, Jaws. I think we've had 3 eaten potentially. I'm not sure if Casper landed his last one. I think it may have also been eaten by Mete.
Possibly have been.
That'd be 2-1. We know Dragon ate one of Tracks.
I hear half the voice line, and I'm like, it's probably been eaten. At this point in EE Contenders, If a grab goes off, there's a 50% chance. Flip a coin if it's going to get healed or not.
Well, people may be going down now. Malzahsa has this Earth Shadow ready to go. Crandop does as well. Question is, will they be facing each other? Wherever stuns.
Both sound barriers, but a shadow from Crandrop is going to land once again. Malzahsa taking a whole bunch of damage, forcing out the Transcendence once more. But a bigger shadow coming through from the side of Morningstars. The self-destruct in the air does absolutely nothing. They're still on the point, fighting away. And with Crandrop dead, they can halt the cart's progress right here. They're able to build up to another Graviton Surge as well as Casper cleans up the rest of the kills with Leaf.
I feel like if Mete is going to try those vanilla self-destructs, he needs to be keeping better track of Casper's bubbles. Casper had a personal bubble there to protect himself. And you know what, Jules? When you think, hey, I'll have 43 charge and then I'll use it to farm off your next Diva mech and get myself towards this Graviton Surge, which is now available, you're not going to be complaining if you're Casper. And look at Morningstars. They claimed all the space they want and more. Casper's ready to try and lay them low with this ultimate. There's very little Bazooka Puppies can do to try and save themselves from this. Maybe Morningstars will take a while, allow Dragon Age to build up towards that self-destruct, but with no support ults available, they could just do it with vanilla play.
There's another grab. It's going to go in. It's going to get bopped straight onto the Crandop's shield. The beat is going to come through from Morningstars. Not quite enough to save through Leaf, though. And another shadow. Wow, Crandrop's laying these time and time again, but Morningstar's just getting straight back up. Not this time around, though. Strack ends up right-clicking Malzahsa as he's on the floor, and Cranks finished off Exarath. They were able to claim a lot of space there, like you said, holding up to the door. You know you can't C9, really. There aren't too many entrances, so you might as well. Speaking of entrances, Harry, only a couple now. Morningstars have got one more fight before this pusher.
Great defensive play there from Crandop, allowing to lay everyone low so they couldn't follow up on like Graviton Surge, and now Exarath's going to have to carry everyone forward with his Transcendence potentially. Virali's active, and now forward go Morningstars and down go the mechs.
The mech hits the floor, doesn't quite find anything but a little bit of damage on Crandrop's shield. Another self-destruct gets launched in the air. It's Mete's one this time. A shield bash on Malzahsa, but he was able to get his back up before it landed. A sound barrier coming out from Bazooka Puppies to keep them alive and well. Dretro ends up going down. Crandrop still has the shadow, but the grab brings them all together. You've got to be careful because Casper's so high charge, just firing right-click after right-click in them. They were able to survive as there were no shields remaining from Morningstar to survive through. However, they are still willing to fight. Track now forced to use his grab here to end the fight ASAP. That'll be Malzahsa touching once more. 15 seconds remaining, but it is a 4v1 situation as Dragon Eddie ends up hightailing it out of there.
You can see just how much Exarath is hitting these orbs during these fights because he opened that with a Transcendence and also closed it with yet another Transcendence onto a second Graviton Surge from Track as well, which means he's going to have to build up towards another one of those to move into this third stage. But it was so important there for Bazooka Puppies to win that fight because if they lost anyone there, they're so far away from their spawn, it would have been very, very hard to get back and make a significant attack with the time bank they had remaining. Now they're about 13 seconds away from surpassing, or rather passing the mark that Morningstar's made in terms of pace, and Malzahsa's ready to lay them low. But once again, Crandop's ready with the Earth Shadow. He's always got one.
He's always built a win out of the Shadow Wars so far. Transcendence to make sure the Zenyatta doesn't go down, and the rest of his team aren't going to go down either. Oh, the boom up in the air, delaying the animation, and Crandrop just gives up on life.
That's bloody tilting.
There go the shield man. At that point, you're like, yeah, whatever, dude. Whatever. We'll just go next fight.
Guess I'm not allowed to play anymore. Mete
40
there, however,
seconds remaining, Harry.
That's such a big DMAC. If Mete is forced to swap, which he is, he will give up any charge he has towards that self-destruct. That's not going to be available for this coming fight. Won't be available to combo with Track's Graviton Surge as well, but Casper can lay everyone on Morningstars down with the Graviton Surge himself. Will there be anything from Bazooka Puppies to answer it? Will just have to be Crandop's shield.
Look at the old bank though. Casper throws in the grab. It's going to land on 4 members. The self-destruct goes in as well, but it's not needed. Malzahsa swings through everybody, earns himself a shadow off the back of it. 10 seconds remain. The cart is still moving back as well.
10 seconds remain and 3 ultimates remain in Morningstar's bank as well. Meanwhile, Bazooka Puppies have absolutely nothing. They've almost got a Graviton Surge. Will Track be able to make it there?
A shield bash stops the Crandrop getting to the point. However, the shadow on the side to stop people launching themselves at that grab. Cranks is going to fall. Casper still trying to kill people, but the Transcendence is still keeping them alive. Mete has changed over to the ball and a sound barrier from Morningstars to actually push them forward. They've actually isolated Crandrop in a corner. There was a mega health pack, but it was actually taken by the Brigitte. Heads up play by Leaf. Exarath takes out Sav. OT is ticking down. Dragon Ellie finally finishes off Mete, and Morningstars on match point.
That was a really cool Graviton as well. They managed to catch Cave on the other side of a pillar so that he couldn't get line of sight to the cart and he couldn't contest it. So big heads up play there from Casper to make sure overtime was spent. And, well, quite a bit more fight from Bazooka Puppiez on that map than we anticipated. We didn't get to see quite as much DPS play as I would like. We did see Track on with it for a little bit, but Nano Winston quickly told him, you know what, not today.
It wasn't even that. He just jumped. He ignored Track. He was like, I'm just going to go for your Mercy.
Yeah, Mercy, Anna.
And then you can't do anything because you can't get heals.
And then you saw Track actually sitting by the Mega Health Pack like, here, I have heals.
No, he sat by the Mega Health Pack. He did headshot the Ana in his defense. So he got one kill.
Xraf got a taste of a sniper medicine.
That's true. Well, we're going to jump over to the desk. That 2-0 scoreline right now is going to get broken down some more.